17 years, and they started a STEM school on our campus, and I was asked to teach 6. So this is my very first year teaching geology, and I'm not happy with the results. I've done one where they had to look at all the, geochronology and all these maps, that one developed by Rice University or whatever. And it took forever, and it seemed like by the time we got to the end, they were all kind of lost what we were doing. I ended up giving them the information in kind of a summative lesson at the end, and it felt like it should have come out better. I did it, and I've done some other projects, but I feel like there's this much learning done and a lot of time invested, and so I'm trying to look for, I don't know, anything and everything, pacing, ideas on labs, anything. For science. Pardon me?
For all of Earth science? Sixth grade Earth science?
6th grade Earth science. Well, I've done the astronomy, I've done the density, now I'm just trying to get the geology. The last unit.
Specifically geology.
Pardon me?
Specifically geology. So earthquakes, volcanoes.
We just did plate tectonics and continental drift, and now we're getting into, I guess I've got the rock cycle, erosion, weathering, what else is there?
So just some...
Volcanoes and earthquakes we're doing now.
Just stuff to throw out there for you. I was at a HASP. Are you familiar with HASP?
Oh, yeah.
Conference yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
HASP, it's the health, you know what it is?
I've heard of HASP. I couldn't tell you the acronym. So
Health Initiative, whatever. Yeah, it's a big website.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff with it. And they're just now starting to develop what they call medical earth science, medical physical science.
Yeah.
One of the labs they ran yesterday was design an earthquake safe
Preparedness kind of?
building, a building. And then so they build the building, everybody limited material, there's a whole outline on it, and then you just put it on gelatin and shake it, different variables, you try to keep the house from falling over or falling down or whatever. So they
That's
goes in.
good.
Then you go from there, you talk into the difference between, in my classroom I always talk about the difference between Haiti had a 7.1 earthquake, Japan had an 8.9, 9.0 earthquake. 170,000 people died in Haiti, even 21,000 people died in Japan. Well, why?
Oh, yeah.
Why do we have so many people die in such a smaller earthquake? So it comes down to the way that, structural houses and whatnot. So you could bring your engineering in, that's for your earthquakes piece. Real simple. Just go to
That
HASP.
sounds good.
it's right up here, hasp.org.
And then click on, let me show you real quick. If you click HASP curriculum, it'll ask you to go into it. I use high school, but you can do whatever you want. So let's just click on high school. It's going to tell you to go in. Let's see what's up here. So here's earth science. It's going to ask for a password. Here's the secret. The password is HASP. So anybody can access it. So then it goes through and it just gives you lab after lab after lab.
Oh, awesome.
And so if I click on natural disasters, let's say, I always look at the student sheet, I don't care about the teacher guide, just to see if these kids can do it or not.
Right,
So
right.
it gives you a read about different natural disasters. And
This is
then
awesome.
They read, and then they give you like where the tornadoes happen, why do they happen here, you can talk about all that. And there's always, that's just the reading page. Here's the lab. So this is Hurricane Katrina. You got a plot where it went or whatever. I don't even know. I haven't read this one. I just clicked on it. But there's.
That's awesome.
This is the time frame, so you got to judge where, where the house was or where it was, what someone was observing it. So there's some lab that goes with it.
At the high school level, it's really engaging for the kids. They're really getting into it.
At the high school level, we do it with biology, and we're going to start doing a little medical chemistry, but anatomy, physiology.
Yeah, anatomy does a lot.
And
That's
the
great.
labs that you buy, they buy the kit, and
Yeah.
the kit comes to you, and each bag has all the materials you need for that lab. And so you got to run it yourself to make sure you know how to do it.
Yeah.
But you just.
Are the kits expensive?
They are, but if you go to one of the conferences and your district pays for you to go, you usually can get a kit. You just sign up for
I
it.
didn't even realize that there were kits available. Usually I just
You could build them your
go
own.
through. Yeah.
And that's what we've done. We modified them and built them our own. And
As far as refilling them, we'll usually just refill it ourselves.
I use it for biology and like 7th grade life science. They're really good.
it's been, and it's really cool because the instructions are down enough to where you can just
Awesome,
go,
thank you.
here you go, you know, and once you have it set up, a lot of the station labs we run will run 6 stations, you know,
Yeah.
times 2, so there's 2 groups running, small groups, 2s or 3s,
And
and
all
you,
the
just, you sit back and watch them go, you know.
That's awesome.
And all the standards it's based on are all in GSS.
It's all in GSS really.
Thank you so much.
I
So-
like that it's connecting to with reading. You know, it's bringing in the ELA,
Right.
where
Yeah.
and you're not searching for those that apply. That
The
like,
science
well,
piece, we
yeah.
don't do them very often. We don't have time to do the reading
Right.
a lot of times, and so a lot of times that's we use our time to use the textbook stuff. For,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, lecture, direct instruction for that piece. Maybe that reading is homework.
Right.
You know.
That background.
That's a great idea, thank you.
So anyway, it's just another resource you can use.
Yeah.
We've been using it a lot.
I've got like 4 textbooks and a project-based learning book and all these pieces, and I'm trying to kind of learn the subject, and it's been kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, no, we're in the same boat. In high school, one of our huge struggles is what's our pathways going to look like, so that we cover everything for the big tests.
Now, where is that? I mean, is somebody making a decision on that, or is it already decided and you have to get
What-
up to speed? Or
On what?
On the pathways?
It's up to each district really.
Oh,
That's the whole integrated versus staying pure approach.
And what we're looking toward as a high school, we're looking towards middle schools also, trying to figure out what these kids are doing before they get to us, so we can kind of best use what they already know. And so
Yeah.
it almost needs to be a district-wide or a feeder school, high school.
How many
Connection
schools
where-
feed the Rundle High School? There's like
Yeah.
17.
Are you talking to your feeder schools? Are you meeting with them too? to see
We
if
are,
there's-
and something like this, I mean, we have, what, John is here,
Tim Howell.
you guys have a fabulous reputation now
Of what?
of teaching science.
At Rundle High School? Well, I mean, but we're frustrated because, so they come out of Durfee's class, John Durfee's class, and those kids are like up here
Yeah,
with their vocabulary and science. And they'll come out of another school and haven't had science at all in 8 years. And so it's like, man, how do we get them all, these kids, so we're having to engage these kids, explore, go further, while we're bringing these kids up. That's been our really, really big challenge.
the vocabulary, we're in Corning, and we have a like 97% poverty rate, and that between the Spanish issue and with them not having the English vocabulary and the poverty issue of not having an environment where they have much rich vocabulary
Right.
and sources and everything. It's really, I was just telling Michelle, I was giving a geography test yesterday. Somebody asked me what the word land meant.
In our
Yeah,
packet, they're-
yeah, they come out, they'll have a 3rd grade reading level in Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, we're
You
talking
know,
about
or whatever.
continental
You know,
drift,
it's
but
not
instead
even
of
that.
continents, I said land, and it's just like, what's,
Do you notice much of a difference with Vista now being in a self-contained? Like, are you noticing that they're not getting to the science per se?
Yes and no. I mean, it's tough.
Depends, hit or miss on the teacher?
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
Yeah.
So Tim Howell, his kids
Yeah.
come in, they're ready to go. And there are other examples where they're,
but what are there, basically like 6 pods I think they have there, and out of those 6, probably 2 are science rich, and the other 4 then,
and that's just random
is-
where you get placed. I mean, not really random, but you get the,
And that's our biggest challenge is the freshman year, we have it's a melting pot, just kids coming from so many different feeder schools and so many different districts to us that we somehow have to get everyone on the same page in 1 year. It's just,
I think I would venture to say probably not to the level because your expectations of what they know in high school, but also coming into junior high, that most of the time they've had 0 or very little science. Or maybe they made goop one day and then even though they don't know what they did, that was called science that day.
so it's a tough
So, yeah.
approach. So we want to have rich curriculum, but in the other side, we just want to be excited.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the whole NGSS thing has allowed me to take a step back and say, hey, let's let the kids explore and have fun and think of something in the way they never have before.
Right.
And it's tough because where does taking the NGSS and the Common Core language, that language piece, and yet I want want to spend the time and let them explore and do fun stuff.
Right, I know, I felt like this year, it's been kind of an interesting year because I'm just working on really not as much content as I am the process. But,
And
and
then-
I think my kids are enjoying science, but then I feel sort of lost as far as assessment, and
So
it's
then-
new for me to like deal with these big projects, and so it's been kind of an interesting
So
year.
the next piece then that we're struggling with, so we have the low, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And then what about first year of college, second year of
Yeah.
college? They're not teaching in GSS.
Right.
They
Right,
are, you gotta know how
You
to
gotta
take
know the
notes,
content.
and you gotta learn the stuff, you gotta
Yeah.
memorize the stuff. There hasn't been that flip yet. And so we're like, man, what do we?
We went to the Science Bowl last week, and they just opened it up from middle school to REA1. Boy, was that a reminder content. Those questions are on content, not on, are you excited about science?
So, we're trying to be negative, but there's.
Yeah, you have a real push and pull.
A lot of
right,
push and
right.
pull, right.
Yeah.
And not a lot of answers.
Well, that's the thing,
You know.
I mean, you ask our counseling department or even college admissions offices, and it's like, well, how are you gonna mesh with these new standards? And they can't tell you how it's gonna happen.
We have credentialing issues,
Yeah.
Right.
because,
Oh, I
because,
see.
because I have geoscience and biology credentials, so I can't teach physics and chemistry. I can't, if I'm a credential, but I can teach integrated. So, you know what I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
well, so how do we approach that piece?
And then,
Well,
but
and then
then people
there's-
have just one, right, then they can't teach integrated, they can just.
There's different credentials, some of them you can allow, and some not, and that was where we just came back, the last meeting we had with our admin team, so.
At our STEM school, we have a couple teachers that just want to be paperless, and so that's great. And the kids know a lot of technology. They got their own Chromebooks they can take home, and they